Hello friends, I'm Doug Terrell and this is History in Comment. Today is the 235th day of the year, Monday the 23rd day of August. If you subscribe to the notion that summer ends at Labor Day, you have 2 weeks left. To the kids back in school, the point is moot. I know times have changed, a lot of parents work and kids aren't needed on the farm, but I like the idea that school was out from Memorial Day to Labor Day. 30 BC, in the classic The Victor Clears Out the Competition, future Caesar Augustus, after invading Egypt, kills the son of Mark Antony and the only son of Julius Caesar and Egyptian Cleopatra. Caesaron and Augustus would have been first cousins once removed. Caesaron might have had the better claim to emperor, but Julius had selected Augustus. You might recall Mark Antony from the Shakespeare version of Julius Caesar. Politics have always been bad business. In 1305, William Wallace is executed for high treason near London. The film Braveheart gives a rough outline of Wallace from a high Scottish family and trying to exert Scottish independence. He fought and lost. And as we've seen from the Romans, losers do not have a long life expectancy. 1775, King George proclaims that the ungrateful colonies are in open rebellion. We do not fully understand what the signers of the Declaration of Independence risk when they pledged their lives and sacred honor. A few were captured and executed, and the whole lot would have been had the revolution failed. Most of the 56 paid a terrible price. At the ending of the Revolutionary War, the several new states projected their borders west to the far reaches of the new country. In the case of Virginia and the Carolinas, this was to the Mississippi River. There were significant settlements in the mountains of North Carolina, mostly Ulster Scots. In the years prior to the ratification of the Constitution, there was no planning or methods to admit new states. A region on the western side of the Appalachian Mountains, far removed from the rest of North Carolina, decided they wanted to form an independent state as they felt neglected by North Carolina. Things went back and forth for 4 years before North Carolina reasserted their jurisdiction. The proposed state was called Franklin. The area will become a U.S. territory when North Carolina ratifies the Constitution and eventually become part of Tennessee. The concept of tire chains was patented in 1904. It's hard to imagine why a 1904 car needed to run in snow. Cartoonist Ernie Bushmiller is born in 1905. He is the creator of the character Nancy. He drew the character from 1933, when she appeared in an earlier strip featuring Aunt Frizzy, until his death in 1982. 5 artists have drawn the strip since, and it remains in circulation. With the decline of print newspapers, cartoons have retreated to the realm of the web. If you do not get a newspaper, Nancy can be found at geocomics.com/Nancy. The young aviation industry is still writing the procedures in 1923. On this day, pioneers performed the first in-flight refueling, allowing the aircraft to stay aloft for 37 hours. Do not be fooled. The issues between the Arabs and the Jews in the Middle East are not the result of there being a nation of Israel. The Arabs are never going to be happy when there are Jews there. In 1929, almost 2 decades before the modern state of Israel, Arabs attacked the Jewish community in Hebron, killing over 60 people. I Dream of Jeannie star Barbara Eden is 90 today. Actor and screenwriter Richard Sanders is 81. Sanders wrote 9 episodes of WKRP and the follow-on, The New WKRP. If that doesn't get your attention, he also appeared in 134 episodes as newsman Les Nessman. The episode Turkeys Away was not one that he wrote. Keith Moon, the first drummer for the British rock group The Who, is born in 1946. Most likely the most inspiring college football player of all time is 73 today. Daniel Rudiger played a total of 3 plays in the last game of his senior year at Notre Dame. Rudiger claims the 1993 biographical film Rudy was 92% correct. Australian singer and guitarist Rick Springfield is 72. Springfield broke on the American charts in the early 80s. In 1966, 6 months before the planned date of the first manned Apollo test flight, Lunar Orbiter 1 takes the first photos of the Earth from the Moon. Hoosier native and former National Football League player Rex Grossman is 41. East and West Germany announced they will reunite in October of 1990. West Germany was a modern country, while East Germany had spent 4 decades in a time delay under Soviet repression. 1991, the World Wide Web goes public. The changes that the web have brought to society are hard to overestimate. The amount of information that is instantly available is astounding. Some entire industries have become dinosaurs. For one, encyclopedias. Prior to the World Wide Web, a decent set would take up about 3.5 feet of shelf space and contain a fraction of what we can now access instantly. That's History and Comments for Monday, August the 23rd. I'm Doug Terrell. Now go and do something worth remembering.